What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got to talk about Coach Prime biggest hater right there in his face every week with a microphone in his hand by the name of Sean Keeler. Now, Sean Keeler has been switching his tune with some of the things he's been saying about Coach Prime and the team here lately. You could see, he writes for the Denver Post, by the way, but he said this. He says Texas Tech threw everything it had at Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, including bottles. The Colorado Buffs handled trash the way a college football team should. They took it out. Okay. And also, he said, I've watched college football for 50 years. I've covered it for 4 decades. Ashton Jeanty is great. I've seen backs do what Jeanty does. I've never seen anyone do what Travis Hunter does. If you let old grudges sway your votes, that's on you. They won't sway mine. And so he pretty much, saying he gonna vote for the Heisman. I don't know what vote this guy actually has, but he's put some years in the business. But he has issues with Coach Prime, and we're gonna look back at those. He called Coach Prime a false prophet in the past in one of the articles that he's published, and it said different things about Coach Prime over time. And Coach Prime actually confronted him at Media Day this year.
Coach Sean Keeler, the Denver Post. Happy summer, my man.
You don't like us, man. Why do you do this to yourself?
Come on.
You
No,
don't
it's
like
good.
us.
Mark
You know
likes
you
me,
don't
by the way.
Huh?
Yeah. Mark said he likes me.
No,
so
but
that's
you
one.
don't. Why do you
That's
do
one.
this, though?
No, sorry. Two-parter if I could.
No, I'm
Football
serious. Why do
question.
you do this? Like, you don't. Like, why do you do
No,
this?
it's not about that. Football question.
No,
Football
no.
question.
Why do you do this? Like, it would be hard for me to really engage in someone I don't like or something I don't like. I'm just asking why. Like, why?
Gotta pay
What
the bills,
did I
Coach.
do?
You didn't do anything. It's not about that. But this is
But
a football
why?
question.
I'm asking you why.
Yeah, you can answer, but that's
Okay,
not
answer
your
me.
means. Yeah.
Because you want me to answer you. So can
Yeah,
you
okay, that's fine. That's fair. Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because I have
Give me
questions.
your why.
What's your why? What do you want to know?
Why do you always on attack? Like, what did we do?
Where am I on attack today? Where am I on attack?
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you opportunities to be on attack. But I'm asking you why. Like, what does it do for you? Like, what happened?
It's not about me.
But what happened to get you like this?
It's a good question.
No, I'm serious. Because I want to help. No, I'm serious. I want to help. Because it's not normal.
We can talk about that.
Okay.
Can I ask you a football question?
No,
Seriously.
no, we'll talk about that. When we talk about that, I'll talk about that with you.
Can we ask you a football question, please?
When I talk about that, we talk about that. We can talk about that.
And so the false prophet thing, that was just one thing. He's referred to Dion as deposition Dion, the Bruce Lee of BS. Again, false prophet. He also used phrases such as Planet Prime, the Dion Kool-Aid, and Circus. So he's pretty much just said that, man, look, this is Barnum and Bailey, looking at Dion run a program, especially, during the nosedive that they saw last year. After a successful start, just transitioning over to Power Five. Yes, you bring in guys ready to start, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, and you also brought in some more talent, but nothing like the roster this year. Nowhere near as formidable as the roster is all around this season, and you get those guys more experience. But Sean Keeler was one of the reporters, the main reporter, might I add, that was kind of leaning into Dion and um, pretty much standing on the fact that he felt like this would be a failed experiment with Dion. He thought once the hype uh, died down with Prime, that it would be smoke and mirrors, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say. And it's been anything but. If you look at, I believe it was CBS, one of those networks came out with the chart today of the top 12 teams, and they had Colorado, in the top 12 in the college football playoff if it were to stop today. So that's a different turn from what a lot of people thought would happen. If he gets them in the college football playoff in just one season, man, that's going to be amazing. But people like Sean Keeler, you can give criticism when it's due, right? You could give fair criticism. I think, like, even Shannon Sharp has given Dion fair criticism at times. He's gotten his fair share of criticism. I think, when you try to diminish him and what he can potentially do with the Colorado Buffaloes. I think that's where he went wrong. I think when Shannon Sharp and those guys was talking about it on Nightcap, he was saying Prime got to do this to get better. That's a different type of criticism, might I add, to say, well, this is what he can do to improve and to get to that next level. He needs this, and this. And as a coach, he may want to adjust his mentality on this specific thing. But he's calling it a circus. He said drinking the Dion Kool-Aid. See, he's the Sean Keeler guy is saying that Dion himself is the problem. He's the circus and he can never win. When you make statements like that, that's what you're portraying to the masses. So now that you see everyone is seeing the fruits of the labor, and people around you is enjoying the Colorado program, your colleagues, they still need articles. There's nothing negative to write because nobody's going to read that right now. Now you have to change your tune, but you put your foot so far up your mouth, that you can't even get the right words out, or that when the words come out, they think they're coming out the other end, or they backhanded compliments. And that's what you're kind of seen as at this point. And people calling you out online for it, man. You can't take the type of stance he took, about Prime and questioning him as a man and as a coach, and then get to enjoy the winning. No, we're going to call you back out because you said this wasn't possible for him to do. It's one thing to be skeptical. Like you went farther than Feinbaum all of them. And another thing that's weird about you is a lot of the critics ain't in his face trying to get him to answer their questions. You want to, like this is your job, right? They sent you up there to interview Dion. Why would he give you an answer to a question if you talking about him like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares if you keep your job and your job is centered around bashing me in the program? But now you want to get on board. You want to be cool. You want to get in with the crowd and say, "Oh yeah, I love it." And he's saying, "No grudge, no old grudge is gonna stop him from voting for Travis." Well, anybody in their right mind right now is voting for Travis Hunter. So you get no points for that type of stuff. Dion said you were banned earlier this year from doing interviews. And I don't blame him for not talking to you. And I question, I believe it was something Dion did with one of the reporters. I may have said, that this was a slippery slope. But you and what you said, I'm with him 100% on that, and so that's what I stand on, guys. Yeah, I want to point this out because they've been killing this dude online for what he had to say about Coach Prime these last 2 weeks. Like people forgot about what happened at Media Day this year, and the events leading up to it, which caused Prime to call him out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time.